What's going on, family? What's going on? I'll a cigarette up. What's going on, family? I said, what's going on? Another day to be thankful to God that you woke up today. So many things just to be thankful for. You got to get out that reminder every day. You know what I'm saying? What is that force that just keeps you pushing? You know what I'm saying? Your ones and twos, moving your left foot, right foot. You know what I mean? That's putting that breath in your body. That's God Almighty. And you got to give thanks to God every single day. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's a blessing that we able to make it to work, that we still have the health and things like that to keep it pushing. You know what I mean? So today I kind of want to focus on all this weather, all these supposedly natural disasters that's going on around America. I wouldn't even say around the world. There's natural disasters going on around the world. And a lot of people say, yo, that's Bible prophecies. You know what I'm saying? The earth is just going through its purge phase or having its labor pains and just letting you know that, the coming of Christ is near. You know what I'm saying? And things like that. But, technology develops too. You know what I'm saying? They already, shout out to More Black Balloon. He made a video. I put it on my post. He made a video simply about how they do the cloud seeding and stuff like that, how they can actually put certain type of metals or certain type of, I don't know if it's silicone, I don't know if I'm saying it right, but they put some type of metals in the atmosphere and it helps, makes the clouds more luscious, more bigger. It can freeze certain particles in the clouds to make snow. It can make the rain fall. They can make precipitation. You know what I'm saying? They said it's proven fact that they've done this. On his post, he said they've been doing that for like 80 years, since 1946. You know what I'm saying? There's some dude, like a CEO or some type of rainfall corporation or something like that. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Forgive me if I don't say it right. You know what I'm saying? But basically, I feel they running the operation like Storm off X-Men. You know Storm off X-Men. You know how she's able to make weather modification with her mutant abilities. So basically, they doing mutant abilities with technology. You know what I'm saying? They really getting to the core of things and really understanding how to manipulate things in the sky and in the atmosphere. As you know, like, I don't know, it was a couple years back, they had that snow in Texas where people had it on TikTok and all type of stuff. When they would burn the snow would be like black goo or something like that. You know what I'm saying? They know it's like, this is not natural snow. You know what I'm saying? So that makes me think, like when they had them wildfires that broke out in California and all them wildfires just breaking out and they was making it seem like it was just natural. You know what I'm saying? What if that was artificial? You know what I'm saying? What if not, we only going, like, what if we're not just going against natural precipitation or natural purge or natural disasters? What if this is like artificial disasters? You know what I'm saying? Man-made. You know what I mean? What they call that, geoengineering. You know what I'm saying? Basically, like, in certain places and areas, it's not supposed to be that much rain, or rain doesn't, there's not enough rain made, so they manipulate the atmosphere so that they can get a certain amount of crops, so the farmers and stuff like that, so they can do their agriculture type thing. You know what I'm saying? I guess they'll help the plants and things like that. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of scientists, there's a lot of people out here trying to play God. There's a lot of scientists, there's a lot of people out here trying to play God. And now they got these floods going on in Texas. You know what I'm saying? All these floods going on in Texas, all this rain. Matter of fact, they said that the flood came just from raining in one day. You know what I'm saying? And all that flood came, North Carolina, all the flood. First, they was like, oh, that's from the hurricane. Wasn't no hurricane in Texas. It was just pure rainfall. So, you know what I'm saying? There's this weather modification and things, you know what I'm saying, that they doing. I'm just giving you my opinion. I'm not saying it's facts. I can't prove it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm giving my opinion, and I really think that they do have weather modification technology that they're using. You know what I'm saying? And there's pros and cons to everything that when people do things, you know what I'm saying, artificially, you know, things can backfire. You know what I'm saying? It's like they testing it out. It's like they weaponizing the weather, testing it out. So if they could weaponize the weather here, what do you think they could do to other countries and things like that to make it seem natural? You know what I'm saying? Just because they fall into some type of disagreement, you know, and things like that. And then next thing you know, it's all these type of landslides and all these type of tsunamis and disasters and Hurricane Katrinas and all these type of things like that. Because I remember I showed on my shorts and on my videos that there was like X's in the sky. It's not X, it hasn't been X's in a while, which I thank God for that. But if it come, hey, it is what it is. But you know what I'm saying? Before they used to continually put X's in the sky. And I noticed once they put those X's in the sky, things just started getting spookier. You know what I'm saying? It felt like a lot of witchcraft going on, you know, and then behavior. It was like, I don't know if it was like neurotoxins, you know, in the atmosphere, you know what I'm saying, that could possibly manipulate people's emotions. I don't know if it's nanoparticles. I don't know. But I know it was something spooky when they put that doggone X in the sky. Some people are like, oh, you know, it's just smoke streams coming from the jets. You know what I'm saying? That's what they want you to think. You know what I mean? Or it's just maybe they just put them smoke streams from the jet to target where you at. They already know where you at. They got other technology to pinpoint your location and stuff like that. So it's more of a message than just saying, you know what I'm saying? It's more of a message than them just basically saying, like, you're here, X marks the spot. It's more to it. They putting those neurotoxins in the sky, spraying the sky to modify your behavior. You know what I'm saying? Because there'll be a lot of fights and stuff around you, and you be more in a primal nature, and it's easier, you know what I'm saying, for them to manipulate people when they spray this stuff in the sky. You know what I'm saying? They know what they're doing. They got things down to a science. You know what I'm saying? They just got things broken down to a science. You know what I mean? And these people, they're just like androids, like in Dragon Ball Z. They had Android 17, Android 18, that the boy and the girl. And then they had Android 16, who was stronger than them, but he was humble. But he was just programmed for one thing. There was only one thing on that Android 16 mind. And do you know what that one thing was? That one thing was to destroy Goku. That's the only thing. That's the only thing that was on his mind. And I hate to sound, I don't want to sound conceited. I want to sound self-centered here to be like, there's only one thing on these people's mind, but it seems like that. You know, when you a TI and you target it feels like the rest of the program or the people around you, they got that Android 16 type mindset. They only locked in on you like you Goku. They just locked in on you. You know what I'm saying? He even was programmed to have the similar abilities as Goku and stuff like that, to have a similar power level as Goku and stuff like that. So it was like the only thing on his mind. It's like the Terminator. Only thing on the Terminator with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Only thing was on Terminator's mind was the delete, the baby. What was the baby name? I think the baby was named John Connor. But he had to first terminate the mother, Sarah Connor. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's how this program be. Once they locked in and engaged on their target, they do everything they can just to knock you off the map. And they doing all these tests You know what I'm saying? To make things look natural, just how they make the weather look natural and make it seem like it's not man-made and it's unprovable. That's the same way they do with this program. They do things to you to bring you to your demise to make it look natural. You know what I'm saying? They want things to look natural so you can't prove it when it happens to you. So you'll look dumb when you try to prove it, or you'll look mental health. You'll look schizophrenic. You know what I'm saying? And for people trying to say that they doing weather modification and things like that, they gonna make you look dumb. You know what I'm saying? Even though there's people out here saying that they're cloud seeding, they're messing up with the sky, but they're basically saying that the particles that they put in the air is not contaminating the soil, it's not contaminating human beings. You know what I'm saying? It's not bringing damage. You know what I'm saying? They're saying that's actually bringing more help than damage. But if they can do that, you don't think they can weaponize the weather to cause these disasters? You don't think they can put neurotoxins in the atmospheres to mess with people's behaviors and stuff like that? You don't think they can poison us like that? You know what I'm saying? You already know that there's secret societies is controlling the world. And I know that sounds cliche, you know what I'm saying, getting into the Illuminati, because, you know, they put it all in Squid Games with the people with the mask, and they make a joke out of it. So people won't take, you know what I mean, secret society seriously. You know what I'm saying? They want to sensitize so people won't look at secret societies as a threat. So people are, oh, it's all in the media now. Like, oh, it's a joke. Like, we don't believe in that stuff. But that stuff is real. And these people ain't playing. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, people will say, like, what makes you so important? Who are you that there are so many people following you? Who do you think you are? You know what I'm saying? What type of special abilities or talents that you think you have? It's not that. It's that you just refuse to be programmed. It's simple as that. Everybody's like this Android 16. They programmed and locked in whatever target they engage in. And you refuse to be programmed. Like, we all are programmed to a certain extent, right? But it's like, it's a thing about control. It's not a thing about who are you, you know what I'm saying? It's just a thing about control. You refuse to be controlled. You're one of the ones that's not no CPU that just program and do exactly what the computer wants you to do. NPC, you know what I'm saying? You're an actual human being, you know what I'm saying, that has the free will, you know what I'm saying? And you know God has the you know what I mean, once you allow God to get that controller, he can navigate you to your purpose. But the thing about it, you're a human. And for being human, you know what I'm saying, that could be possibly why we're being targeted. Some of us made mistakes in the past, you know what I'm saying? And I guess the judicial system couldn't put us in the system. So this is like they backup. When they can't do things the legit way, you know what I'm saying, and get you, you know what I'm saying, the FBI will create systematic ways to make you crash out on yourself and, you know what I mean, put you in that system so that they can fulfill whatever will they wanted to fulfill with you. So that could be the possibility too. Some people done found loopholes and cracks out the system and then get themselves caught up in the judicial system. So now they got this shadow judicial system to try to put that hammer down on you, to try to put that punishment on you and things like that. And they trying to make things seem as natural as possible. But I've been living on this world for 34 years, so I know the difference between what is natural and what is artificial, how people act around you. Same thing with what they doing with this weather modification. They trying to make it seem natural, and we know it's not natural. You know what I'm saying? So the main thing, the main focus, you know that a lot of things around you are set up for your demise. A lot of people want to see you down. And there's people out there that also want to see you up. And there's also just NPCs. You know what I'm saying? But you got to keep moving. You got to keep striving. You got to keep thriving through all this that's going against you. You can't defeat this on your own. That's why we need God. That's why we need, you know what I'm saying, you know, a community or a like-minded people. But the thing about it with this community, this TI community, it's already been invaded. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like you got to have the discernment to rock with people that you rock with, that you mix with. You know what I'm saying? People that you know, that can understand you the best. That's why people lean on this TI community, because it feels like a lot of people can relate to this targeting. A lot of people out in this world, they can't relate to this targeting. So even though you're around people, you know what I'm saying? You still, even though you're not alone, you still feel lonely. And how they invading this TI community, you can still feel lonely within the TI community. So it's like you basically rock with who you rock with. You know what I'm saying? That's what's gonna get you going. If you're an isolated person, a strong mindset, you keep goals. You keep your mind fixed on stuff that you can work to make the best version of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Those are the things that's gonna keep you along and keep you striving. But when you ain't striving for no goals, when you ain't got people around that you can rock with, you know what I'm saying? When you ain't got God in your life, then it's easy for you to be programmed. It's easy for you to be led to suicide. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, never let this program get you so in a fetal position that you're ready to take yourself out. Never. Never get this program get you in a mindset where you want to take yourself out and put it in prayer form, that you asking God to leave, to be deleted. You know what I'm saying? Don't set yourself up for self-deletion. If you ever feel that type of way, then you need to reach out. If you really feeling suicidal, then maybe you really do need professional help. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you do need to go down that church down the street, even though you know there's Gangstalkers. Somebody probably can help you. You know what I'm saying? You need to speak up and speak out. You know what I'm saying? Don't ever get yourself isolated and attacked so much in a fetal position so much that you feel like taking yourself out. Because that's what the program wants. They celebrate when you do that. When you get to that point, maybe it's time for you to get professional help. You know what I'm saying? So keep your head up, keep your faith in God, and keep striving to be the best version that you can be. Peace.